heard you go to Chicago. Did you go to Chicago during the winter time?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So today we're using the Rupes polishers, the HLR 15s. We have two of these guys here. So I'm using the KCX fine cut foam pad, and then we're going to be going through and using the micro cut pad as well. So right now we're using the fine cut pad paired with F601, the fine cut, on this 1963 Super Sport. And as you can see, we're getting a nice gloss here. So that's just from the first pass. We're doing very light passing. So this is going to be more of a jeweling type of polish. We're not going in for defect removal or heavy cutting. We're just going in to give it a nice pop. And then after this, we're going to be applying the KCX hand wax. So the reason we run with two polishers, we have our bag set up. So we have our multi-use bag here. So this has all of our towels, all of our chemicals, all of our supplies, brushes, everything we need for a detail, rinseless wash, all that good stuff. This bag here, we have all of our abrasives, we have all of our batteries, we have two polishers, actually three polishers. We have our 3-inch in there as well. 3-inch polishers, our paint prep, we have our ceramic coatings, we have everything we need in here for paint correction, our sanding kit, and yeah, so that's our setup. Some of these vehicles, obviously, the value goes down if they're driven. You know, any mileage on them, you know, decreases the value. But this vehicle here, client loves to drive the vehicle. It's in beautiful condition. It was repainted in, when was it repainted, Jim? When was the vehicle repainted? Do you remember? Do you recall? When was the vehicle repainted?
He was looking at that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. When was the vehicle repainted?
Probably 20-some years ago.
So 20-something years ago. So the paint quality was completely different back then. As you can see, it still has an amazing shine. I haven't polished any of this area yet. I've only done the top surfaces. So once I get down to these areas, we're really going to see drastic change in the clarity. But yeah, we're really excited for this project. We're excited to be able to give this vehicle a nice gloss finish on it. So as you can see, we are across the street from an orchard. We've already told you guys plenty of times we live in a very agricultural community. So there's our town is literally surrounded by fields and orchards. So we're approaching harvest season, but people want to have their cars clean. So this is a good way for us to stay up on these vehicles annually, give it a nice fine polish. It doesn't need anything crazy. Nice fine polish, and then we're going to go in with the hand wax. So we're excited to see what we get in the outcome. So you can already see the glossiness of the sections that we've done already. So I've only done the top surfaces, and we're seeing really nice gloss. A 1963 Impala. I'll follow out the next steps with you guys. I'm going to start polishing this front fender and working my way back. I'm just finishing up the hood on this side. Then I'm going to go through Sal's. I'm going behind Sal. The process right now is Sal's going in with the rinseless wash. He's taking care of all the panels. Then he's going to go into the chrome and start doing the handwork on the chrome and then the wheels. And then he's going to take care of the interior as well. So interior, we have a couple things that we need to target on there. We'll come back and show you guys exactly what we're targeting on the interior and how we're targeting it, because it is the original upholstery in here.
So we have this Impala here. I'm working on the interior. Fairly clean, great shape. But the main concern was, prior to us being here, there was another detailer. And I don't know what they used, but they used something that made the material really sticky. So we're thinking of some type of dressing that dried over time. It feels nasty. So all you guys that say chemicals don't matter and they all do the same thing, BS, because we're here fixing it. So the challenge part was to get that stickiness off. So the things, first thing we went to the foam post-star. And in our scrub pad. And then I did a little test spot, worked it out, different areas, and that stickiness was still there. That one is all good. Finished that side, so it made the leather pop even more. So what I did was I tried not Polestar, I tried Orange Power on this. Did a little test spot and waited a little bit to see if there's any reaction. No problems there. So went and did the whole thing on that side. I just grabbed a little bit on my small duo and then worked it in, and it took me about 2 rounds with the Orange Power to get that stickiness off, and it's working. It came out. So a little longer process on this. This is the first time I encounter something like this, but so learn something new on this one. So Polestar, pump sprayer, Ninja, and then Orange Power. Orange Power is the Swiss knife, man.
And I am working these panels. We're going to come through at the end, take care of all the hardware and accents. But this side here, I've already polished and paint prepped, polished, paint prepped. I'm working that back rear panel. Then I'm going to come through, take care of the door, and then I'm going to polish out this panel. I'm paint prepping as I go. So after I'm done paint prepping, I will be starting the wax. When I start the wax, Sal's going to be going through and he's actually going to hit all the chrome with FSE. So finish spray exterior, he's going to hit all the chrome accents with FSE, and then he's going to go through and get the tires, wheels, white walls. And then by that time, I'll be removing the polish or the hand wax, and we'll be good to go. And you may ask, why do you have 2 polishers? Is it necessary to have 2 polishers? I like 2 polishers because I don't have to stop. One battery goes out, I could have my cutting and my finishing pad on two different polishers. That way, if I have an assistant, he's just handing me one, then handing me the other right after it. We do it for efficiency purposes. For the longest time, I ran with 1 polisher. Even when I'm by myself, I run with 2 polishers because there's so many different times where you just need 2 polishers. So same thing with the rotary. When you have a rotary, sometimes you have the little 2-inch, 1-inch, maybe even a 3-inch. Then you have maybe a 5-inch or a 6-inch. So when you learn how to do your process, you get whatever you need, and you make sure you have it on hand at all times. 2 polishers speeds up the job, makes it fast for us. Having multiple pads speeds up the job for us, so we're not having to switch out pads. That's one thing here. I have a fresh pad on this one, so when I'm done here, I just go straight here. These are both yellow pads. So this one I'm using for almost like if I have to go through a second pass, I go through here because I know I don't have as much of the build up here. So yeah, and then I just switch out as needed. All right, so now it's time. Sal's putting a you see the class. He's working on it on that side. He's advising the client because the client was asking if you could teach him how to clean the glass. So part of the service. So we have the hand wax here. Comes with a nice little brochure of everything. And then in here we have the wax itself. And then, as some people were asking, where did we get the applicator? It actually comes with the hand wax. So, and this is why working tables, benches, and stuff are great. And it also comes with the towel, which it's double-sided, which I love, because as the wax cures on the surface, sometimes it gets a little bit more difficult, or if you have a stickier paint system, you have a shorter nap, and then you have the higher nap too. Like Pops really enjoyed using the Clean Korea with the higher nap, but I'm going to use this this KCX towel to get the full experience for the removal and application. Oh, I'm trying to get that of the hand wax. Okay, for this product, this fits perfect in here. Just want to give it a quarter of a turn, and this warms it up. You can see, and it gets soft quickly. What we're gonna do is, it's a little thick here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that to reconstitute it throughout the rest of the panel. So that's gonna take care of this whole panel. You can see the haze. When we did this with Pops, he had put too much and it was a little rough for him. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the trim too right here. Make sure I get all that edge. That haze. And a tip also, Pops was reading the comments and he really enjoyed the tip because he had forgotten, he hadn't done it in a while with with hand wax. To check if it's done, you check to see if it's still wet and it smudges, and it's not done. When it cures and it gets almost like powdery and light, if you can put your finger through it and it removes it, like it's not yet because it's not cured, then you know it's done. And that was always the pretty much like the rule of thumb for wax, is you wait for it to haze up, then you test it like that, and then if it comes off clean, then it's good to remove. Okay, it's about that time to remove. Oh yeah. That's buttery soft. Oh yeah. That hand wax glow. There it is. Show you guys when we're come back when we're completely done. Show you guys what it looks like.
All right. So I got my clean towel. I got KCX fine cut. Take a look here at these lights. These two are done. But I want you to see these lights are a little oxidized. We just polished the whole car, put wax on it, and all these little intricate areas are going to make it pop. So I'm going through polishing out, getting the oxidized area, making it shine a little more. So little things like that making this whole vehicle pop.
So this is what it looks like before. So you can't make out any reflection in it. They're clean, but they're just oxidized over time. And then over here, you can see there's a better reflection in it. Just brightens them up a bit. So with this color paint looking the way it does now, we want to make sure that these little accents pop as well. And so the wax has been applied. Look at that. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. Windows clean. Upholstery in there clean. We got the hand wax applied on here. Got the wheels and the chrome hand polished. This is a driving vehicle. Client drives this car. Yeah, it sits for a good amount of time, but client likes to drive this vehicle. So it is looking a whole lot better. It's now protected. It has a nice gloss on it. It's going to be seeing a couple shows in the next few weeks. So beautiful color. What's the color called? What's the name of this color?
It's 62 anniversary gold.
So 62. So it's a 63, but that's a 62 anniversary gold paint on here.
And it might be one of 5,000 or 4,000 made that way.
So let us know what you guys think. That KCX hand wax, again, coming in clutch.
They wanted me to maybe pull forward too before, so you can get the bottom of the tire.
I was able to reach underneath.
Oh, you was?